Going to return now to that developing story out of Ukraine this afternoon of the resignation of Volodymyr Zelensky's chief of staff, Andrii Yermak, in the middle of accusations of corruption and an ongoing investigation into that as well. Let's bring in our defence correspondent, Deborah Haynes, who is in Kyiv for us this afternoon. Deborah, good to see you. Any reaction there to this yet?
Well, this is an extraordinary development, and it's only just emerged in the last few minutes. But since this morning, when anti-corruption officials raided the home of Andrii Yermak, there has been an expectation of some kind of movement on this. How can the president's right-hand man, his chief of staff, be touched in whatever way by this anti-corruption, this corruption probe that has dominated headlines here in Ukraine for the last few weeks, without President Zelensky taking some kind of step? In the end, the president didn't have to. He has actually released his nightly video in which he revealed that Andrii Yermak has submitted his resignation. There's no suggestion of wrongdoing yet in terms of allegations directly towards him, but clearly this does not look good, having anti-corruption officials at his home. Yermak earlier in the day said that he was cooperating fully with the investigation. There was no comment on exactly what the investigators were searching for at his property, but this all comes on the back of Ukraine's two main anti-corruption agencies launching an investigation into a plot linked to the State Atomic Energy Agency about contracts worth $100 million through kickbacks and laundered money. You've already had the senior businessman, who's also a friend of the president, who's actually fled the country. He's alleged to be the ringleader of this plot. You've had the resignation of two other ministers too, and now the most significant event of all, Andrii Yermak going. And just to remind people of who this person is, he is widely regarded. He is seen as the second most powerful person in this country. Ever since Russia's full-scale invasion, he has been at the side of the president. He is the man who has been leading negotiations with the Americans around all this, these sort of attempts at peace talks with Russia. We saw him just last week in Geneva, where he was leading the Ukrainian delegation there with the US Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. So it is a huge blow to the president and his authority that he is losing this man. But actually, if you speak to anti-corruption activists, they will all be applauding the fact that that Yermak has stepped down, because they really saw that the longer that President Zelensky kept this person by his side, then the more the questions swirled as to whether or not the president himself was tainted by this corruption scandal. There's absolutely no evidence to suggest that is the case. And the fact that Yermak has now gone, that will satisfy people, I think, to an extent, that President Zelensky is independent and is acting independently, and is now going to have to act independently without this key figure that's been by his side from the beginning.
Incredibly sensitive time as well, of course, Deborah. For the latest from Kyiv, thank you very much indeed.